If literally today we were cut off, are they ready for the refrigeration of all the fruit and vegetables? Can they get the meat supply? Can they actually feed 5 million people in the space of a couple of days? I'm curious if they could. I'm sure we have the amount of food per se on those farms that could do it, but it's all prepared for export. It's all part of a certain system, not designed to feed 5 million people. So this goes back to our conversation right now of like, is New Zealand prepared for if it's ever cut off? And there may not be kinetic conflict. That could be another pandemic. We can imagine all sorts of different global scenarios, crises, where we're essentially cut off again. We are told in Wellington, you should have an earthquake kit in your house to survive for a week of food and, have a torch and batteries and so on. The country doesn't really have that. I know there's some conversations around it, but as far as I'm aware, we are so fundamentally dependent on international trade, not just for food and so on, but just to run our machines, run our cars, run our everything, our phones, laptop, like how quickly would things start to fall apart? And as they did, so would sort of our communities, right? Kiwis, we are good, friendly people, but how strong are a lot of our communities? I mean, most of my neighbors, none of us know each other. Like there are real problems these days with kind of the atomization of society and how quickly that goodwill would start to break down and become a kind of zero sum. Well, I better get what's good for my family, and things would start to fall apart internally. That's a real concern as well, I think.
Yeah, it's actually a really good point that you brought that up because, of course, as you know, we're part of a bigger network via Voices for Freedom. That is actually one of the things that this organisation has been working on is strengthening our own personal communities, getting to know your neighbours and actually having self-reliance and independence, that if something like this were to happen, that you are able to grow your own food, you are able to barter with your friends, you are able to work cooperative and do those sorts of things.